Red Bull Rant is a free-flowing podcast with three soccer-loving idiots who don't know when to shut their dumb potty mouths. So listener discretion, yeah, it's pretty much advised.
Welcome, my friends, to Never End. Sorry. This is...
We're zooming now, everybody.
We're zooming now, and the recording caught us off guard. Let me start again. Welcome, my friends, to the show Never Ends. This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. I'm your host, Jason Iapicco.
I'm Truman. We've already lost 30 seconds of this show, and this is episode 482. We're playing catch-up.
I mean, are we playing catch-up?
Yeah, because we didn't do a show last week. So
I'm sorry.
You and I are playing catch-up here.
Sorry, I wasn't thinking from that perspective. Yeah.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say is life gets in the way and things suck sometimes.
Yeah.
That's all needs to be said. So, Red Bulls, sorry, trying to get organized now. New York Red Bulls, we have two games to talk about. First, a 2-1 win at home versus Chicago. Then a draw 0-0 on the road at 10-man Orlando City. So we'll start with the Blue Sky stuff. And Truman, you want to take it away with that?
Yep. After the Fire game, Jeremiah said, I actually think this was an especially good game from Schwartz. After being rigid this season with our structure, he made some big calls in personnel and shape. It wasn't a perfect game, but he got a lot of things really right. And on top of the dub, we looked very good at times. Our friend Chico said, they're still getting that early season figuring things out pass for me, but it's quickly approaching time to shape some of this sloppy play up. Agreed. And then some more comments after that 0-0 draw. James 917-212 said Orlando red card bailed them out. Actually kind of lucky to escape with a point even after the red. Ed Ritter said unbelievably lucky not to concede multiple goals in the first half. Attack is completely toothless without the speed of Sofa or Morgan. Given that, a good point, but not good enough. NYC-Ty said glad I didn't watch this one. That's fair. And then our friend James, he also pointed out, a man advantage, yet we're the less ambitious team. So he had a couple things to say, and he's right on both of them.
Yeah, so full disclosure, I have not watched the Orlando game. I got the score spoiled for me. And at that point, I was like, fuck it, why am I going to bother? Especially when the match recap was only 5 minutes long. I figured it wasn't worth it. It sounds like I missed... I picked a good game to miss, honestly.
Hey, man, some of us sat through this, all right? A lot of us sat and sweat and bled through this one.
Yeah, I completely forgot what time the game was, on top of all the other shit happening. So, yeah. All right, likes and dislikes. We always start with dislikes. So, Truman, you go first. What did you dislike the most about these two matches?
Geez, I think... You know what? I have actually one thing, and it's going to be called second half scoring, because they didn't do that in either of these games. One of them, you're at home, you're up 2-1, you can't generate anything to put that game away. I kind of think I talked about that on Blue Sky during the game. Like you need to get that one to finish this team off, put it out of reach, and win this game. Now, I mean, great, they held on for a win, that's awesome, but again, you want to put that. You want to put no doubt in that game. Of course, you're looking at the second game then. 30-plus minutes up a man, could not do anything, could barely generate chances. I think they maybe had, I don't know, one or two real opportunities. That's really disheartening. I know Orlando's like, hey, now we're just going to kind of, bunker back and try to just make sure we get a point out of this. But you got to be better if you're the Red Bulls in that situation to not even generate good chances.
Yeah. So my dislike is going to be, as much as I didn't watch the game, it doesn't matter if you're on the road or at home, if you're up a man for that amount of time, you got to do something with it. Simple as that. You have to take advantage of the situations when they present themselves to you, and we didn't.
Right, and maybe at least get some great chances, and the goalie makes some spectacular saves, right? It makes some unbelievably saves. You're like, oh my God, they should have at least scored a goal, but he was just on fire, and that wasn't the case.
Yeah. All right, likes. I guess like Serge Noma's goal against Chicago.
Okay, yep, great goal, great setup, great play. Yeah, all around, awesome.
So more of it, but yeah, that's my like is the fact that he scored that goal and it was a good build-up play, good team goal.
Yep.
No notes, just more of it, please.
And again, if we're talking about the sum of two games, it's what we talk about every single week: win at home, draw on the road, win at home, draw on the road, and it's exactly what happened. We're frustrated, but we do sit out of these two games against a really good Orlando team. We're like everybody said, they absolutely could have been down 1 or 2 goals going into that second half, but Carolina bailed their asses out, played great, and they're able to get a point out of it. So you got to look at the positive of that. Yeah, they didn't score up a man, but they didn't concede. Defense played great for that first half. Carolina was awesome, and they get 4 points out of 2 games.
Yeah, at least you got something, right? I mean, Chicago, I forget where they are in the standings after
playing really well, and they were playing great on the road.
Yeah. But that was a good win. Orlando, yeah, it's tough going to Orlando. We're close to them in the standings, but to me, again, it's the fact that you're up a man, no matter how it gets there. If you're up a man and the score's even, you should be scoring at least 1 goal, especially over 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, that's all I have for this. Honestly, it feels like the Chicago game was much longer away than 2 weeks. So
I know it does. It does feel that way.
Hopefully, they can turn around later. But so that's all I have for these 2 games. Do you have anything else to bring up?
No, I was glad to see Choupo-Moting took the PK and scored a goal. So I want him to kind of. I mean, it's not really staying out when you're getting PK goals, but whatever. They brought the guy in to score goals, and at least he's capitalized on those opportunities, even if it's on a PK. I'll take it.
Can we talk about the fact that the PKs are literally bailing us out this year multiple times?
Yeah. It's been crazy. I mean, that's been rampant penalty kicks in this season so far with the Red Bulls.
We've had 3 at home, right?
I believe so. Yeah,
that's insane for us. Like we rarely get penalty kicks, but we get 3 in whatever number of home games so far.
Yeah, and we've seen. Is it just 4 total? How many total have we seen? Is it just the 4?
I think it's 4 total. 3 for us, 1 against.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. All right. So that's it for that, right? That's it for the 2 games. We're done talking about them.
Yeah. Again, there's nothing crazy to talk about. We'll take those results. We'll take it.
All right. Prediction standings. Truman actually got 4 points out of this because he called it 2-1 against Chicago, and then 1 point against Orlando. I got 1 point for Orlando, so that puts the standings at Truman at 8 points, me at 3. Sucks to be down 5 points at this early.
Just in time for Mania weekend, walking around with the belt.
All right, next up for the Red Bulls is DC United at home on Saturday, 7:30 p.m. DC comes into this game with a not good record. 1-3-4, 6 points, a minus goal difference, 13th in the Eastern Conference. Their last 5 matches are 4 losses and a draw, including a 4-1 loss on the road in Orlando and a 6-1 loss on the road at San Jose. Yeah. They haven't scored a goal since March 8th.
Oof.
I'm sorry. That's not true. They did score against DC United, but
they are DC United.
But their last, not great. I'm sorry. They scored a goal against San Jose.
There you go.
My brain's a little. My brain's still a little off. Right. I'm. It's been a long few weeks. So yeah, not great coming into this game. Truman, what do you think is going to happen on Saturday?
Beat down. This is it. This is where we make beat downs. 3-0 win. Let's not fuck around here. Let's kick the shit out of this team. It's DC. They suck. We're at home. Why would we not kick their ass? It's going to be an absolutely perfect weekend. The weather should be perfect. Listen, I know I'm not going to be there, okay? I got to work. I live far away. But if you're in the fucking area and you're off, you need to be at the stadium for this game. I know we all hate NYCFC, but come on, this is DC United. This is the original team that we hate. Pack this fucking place, make it a fortress, make them feel unwanted, and just kick the living shit out of that team. That is what I expect in this game. I'm saying 3-0 is not exactly like this 5-0 beatdown, but 3-0, just dominate these guys. Dominate them. Kick their asses. Make sure they realize who the real big team is.
I'm not that confident that we're going to blow them out of the water. We should. We absolutely should. But I'm not confident that we're going to blow them out of the water. I'm going to go with an unnecessarily close 2-1 victory.
Yuck. That's disgusting.
It is. But, given recent form for the Red Bulls, I honestly think this is kind of fair. Because let's look real quick at our last few home matches, right? 2-1 against Chicago, where we need the penalty kick. 2-1 against Toronto, who, by the way, sits below DC. 2-2 against Orlando. And all three of those games needed a penalty kick for us to get 2 goals.
But this is time, right? This is the game. This is the warm weather, the big breakout.
It should.
This is it. This is it.
This should be it. Well, I can't trust the team to blow other teams out yet. This is the proverbial, this is the game you must win. Or have to win because you're better than them kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not feeling that we're going to blow them out. So we'll see.
I'm feeling good.
All right. Next up, New York Red Bulls 2. Their last 2 matches. Let me make sure. Okay, last match, was a 3-2 win at home to Chicago United 2. Next match is Sunday, April 20th, where they will travel to take on FC Cincinnati 2. They have a record of 3-1-0. No losses so far for the Baby Bulls.
Woo!
10 points on the year, plus 3 goal difference. That's good for 3rd in MLS Next Pro Group A, which I think is really just Eastern Conference, because why would you just call it Eastern Conference? Gotham FC, they won their last match 3-1 against North Carolina Courage. So big win for them. Their next match is tomorrow night, April 18th, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, because they're traveling to take on Angel City out in LA. They currently sit with a record of 1-2-1, a goal difference of 0, 5 points, 5th in the NWSL.
It's early.
It is. All right. With that, it is time for the F1 update.
And box now, box forward. Stay out.
All right, so what do we take out of this weekend, right? Obviously was not a great weekend for Max, top to bottom, from practice to qualifying to finish. Not great. But do you think that McLaren is going to have an issue of a battle between both of their drivers fighting over points to win the championship, and maybe that keeps Max in that spot to actually pass both of them?
It's very, very possible. They're just going to either that, or they're just going to trade points at will and just leave Max behind because he, for some reason, can't keep up right now.
Yeah, I don't know. The positive over the weekend was Yuki getting points, finishing 9th. Hopefully that's a sign of things to come. They're feeling good about this weekend in Saudi Arabia. They said they like the track. This is a favorite one of theirs. Max does really well. So maybe we need Yuki to get in this, man. We need him to be qualifying in the top half of these races and help him out.
Well, given where Max qualified, right? Because Yuki's only 2 places off him during qualifying.
Mm-hmm.
I think if the car does better, then there's realistically no reason for them to not be in the top 5 of qualifying.
Because I'll say this, he's a fucking good driver, man. He's a good driver. He makes a few mistakes here and there, but I feel like he is the right guy in that seat right now. I really do.
Yeah, I think his first race in with Red Bull was just kind of he got screwed over in qualifying, got screwed over because of stuff that happened on track that stopped him from getting his runs in. But I mean, to basically keep pace with Max all throughout qualifying,
Mm-hmm.
he just needs time with that car.
Yeah. Yep.
Once he gets that time in, though, and if they can improve it,
Yeah.
that's going to be good.
Yep. They need. Listen, the only way you're going to challenge McLaren is having both drivers up there. That's it. You got to have both guys pushing. Max needs that support. He needs that guy helping him out.
Yeah.
Because when you get McLaren, both guys, qualifying 1-2, qualifying 2-3, whatever it is, and they can just literally block everyone else out, you're fucked. You're going to be fucked every single race.
Yeah. By the way, we should mention the sweepstakes that you sent me.
Oh, yeah.
So Red Bull Racing is having a sweepstakes right now where you can, what is it, May 3rd and 4th?
I think it's May 8th and 9th. I think that's what it is.
Well, no, I think
I could be wrong.
Okay. 8th and 9th. Yeah, whatever that weekend is. So I think it's 8th and 9th. You can win tickets to the game at Sports Illustrated Stadium. I really don't like to call it that, but
no. It's in Miami.
Red Bull Arena.
No, it's in Miami.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
It's a trip to Miami.
Okay, that actually makes a lot more sense.
Yes.
I thought it was a home game for some reason. Okay.
No.
So, trip to Miami to on Saturday night watch the Red Bulls take on Inter Miami, followed up on Sunday with the tickets to the Miami Grand Prix,
which is pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and I think the seats are in the grandstand, I believe. So you're in the good seats.
Either way, getting tickets to that race for free is still
right. In which I can't fathom what prices go for the Miami race and grandstand especially. I can't fathom it. So imagine already being a Red Bulls fan. That'd be even better. Right, that's who deserves to win that contest. Not a couple of jabronis who haven't suffered through watching Red Bull soccer all these years.
Yeah,
diehards like us.
So let's see. So if I'm looking at the rate, okay, yeah. So this is whatever they call Campus Pass for just for Sunday, which in fairness does include 3 races. Because there's a Porsche Carrera Cup, an F1 Academy Cup, and then the actual Grand Prix.
Mm-hmm.
It's $350 for the day, for one day.
I gotta say it's not that bad, honestly, for all 3 races.
And then apparently they have the 3-day package for the Grand Prix is $430.
Damn.
Yeah, I guess that one's not terrible.
But you're not in the grandstand, I don't think. You're not in the great seats, I wouldn't think.
No. I still wish they ran the course through Hard Rock Stadium.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
Because Mexico, they have that where it basically is a stadium. Like, imagine that.
That would be so cool. I would love it.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, let's move on to the dumping ground.
I'm the trash man.
All right. The only thing I have is the Red Bulls know who they're going to play in the U.S. Open Cup. Let's see. What schedule I forget. Colorado Springs Switchback. And they're going to be traveling to take them on, and that's May 6th. Which I don't know why. I thought U.S. Open Cup had this regional thing. I guess they decided to say screw it.
Who knows? Especially now they're not every MLS team's in it. I don't fucking know anymore. They've just made it confusing.
And it's honestly for the Open Cup, it seems right to say for at least a round or 2, lower league teams should get the right to host.
Sure, yeah, why not? They could use the revenue.
Exactly. They should get the gate receipts. It will help build up the lower leagues, and yeah. So that'll be a fun 3 games in 7 days now. We got Miami on the 3rd.
I don't even know who's going to make the trip after that game.
Yeah, but we have Miami on the 3rd. The Open Cup on the 6th. Both those are road games, and then home on the 10th for the Galaxy. Yeah. So expect to see somehow Red Bull 2 players in that game.
Yeah.
All right. You got anything else for dumping grounds?
Oh, don't you want to know how Swindon Supermarine's doing?
Oh, that's right. I feel like we need to now have an update. Well, we'll find something to use, but we now need an intro for it.
I mean, I'm a little upset. Harry Williams has not accepted any of our requests. Hasn't accepted our friend request on Instagram. But listen, I want to go back. Okay, we're on the schedule. After a very disparaging loss on the 5th to Havant and Waterlooville, that's right, they lost to them 3-2. They did rebound over the weekend to beat Fromtown 1-0. And are you asking where they're in the standings? Of course you are. They're sitting 16th out of 22 teams. So they are 3 points clear of the relegation zone. 4 teams get relegated in the ever popular Southern Premier Division South. So that's where they're sitting right now. So not bad. They're hovering. They're staying relevant. No real danger of getting relegated, but they're pretty close. They're pretty close there. So they got to really hang on here these last few games so they don't get bumped down. Also, Liverpool 6 points away from winning the championship, which is pretty cool. And last thing I have is one of my friends and coworkers got to go to Scotland this week, and he actually went to a Celtic FC game. He thought he accidentally bought tickets in the away section. So I told him, I said, why don't you go and play dumb American and say, I didn't know where I bought these seats. I don't know. I just want to go to game. But luckily he said he was in the section next to the away support. And I believe that at halftime it was 4-0 Celtics. So a lot of the away fans have kind of parted at halftime. But he got to do the stadium tour. He was sending me pictures of the stadium tour. Looked awesome. He is fully ensconced into the soccer world. That is my fault. But now he likes Celtic. He likes Liverpool, which is really not a thing you should be doing. He doesn't care. Apparently he likes a team that sings You'll Never Walk Alone, because now he likes 2 of them. And he's very excited the Celtics win the championship. I'm like, well, dude, no one else fucking wins the championship.
It's them or Rangers, and Rangers, as far as you know, is
right. Rangers usually always blow it, or they get, the team gets blown up. But he's having a great time. So I'm hoping he's enjoying his first real full season as a footy fan.
All right. Anything else for Dumping Ground?
No, I don't got nothing. I'm good.
Okay. Then that brings us to the last show. Truman. Oh, by the way, I have not remembered who my team is.
Oh, so that's a shame.
I don't know. I gotta figure that out. Anyway, that brings us to the last segment of the show. Truman's terrible team of the week.
That's terrible.
Oh, all right. I had it here at home. Let me just bring it up because I want to make sure I got the score completely right. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so Vancouver beating Austin 5-1 was probably the biggest blowout of the weekend. But I'm going to tell you this really quick. So that is the terrible team of the week is Austin. But there were 3 0-0 draws over the last MLS week. And so don't feel bad, Red Bulls fans. There was also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1-0 games. So there wasn't a ton of scoring over the weekend. There's a few different ones. There was a 4-2, Portland beating Kansas City. But that's a lot of low-scoring games over last weekend. So maybe this is the breakout weekend. Maybe we're going to see a bunch of high-scoring games, and we'll have another beating that San Jose gave to DC United the weekend before. Of course, it was the week we didn't do a show. That is when DC got whooped.
Yep. All right. Anything else?
I think that's all I got.
Okay. You can visit us at patreon.com/Red Bull Rant. $1 a month gets you exclusive content whenever we decide to do it. We want to thank our producers, Jeremiah Dempster, Steven Santos, and Eddie Delecto. You can email us, redbullrant@gmail.com. If you want to send us your thoughts, or if you want to hear your voice on the show, you can call our phone number at 973-348-5329 and leave us a voicemail. Facebook.com/Red Bull Rant, on Blue Sky at Red Bull Rant for the show, at Dr. Stoosh, myself at the Truman for Truman. We're also on Instagram and Threads at Red Bull Rant. Subscribe to our show via iTunes, YouTube Music, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you can find a podcast. If you do listen to us on Spotify, there might be some episodes missing soon, because apparently I saw an email come into for our show where they're going to pull stuff because of copyright. I guess they don't like the fact that we use True Believers for our intro.
Oh, come on. I'm going to call the Bouncing Souls right now. I'm going to get them on the phone. I'm going to clear this up.
Yeah, let's get them to sign off a letter or something like that, so we can just go tell these companies to screw themselves.
I thought maybe it was the estate of Rodney Dangerfield when we played his version of Twist and Shout from Back to School.
No, it's more than one episode. That's all I'm going to say. I'll tell you the number after we're done recording, but it's more than one.
Listen to him now, everybody. Kiss them goodbye.
Yep. At least on Spotify. See, if you go to Patreon, you never have to worry about losing it to that.
That's right. Patreon don't give a fuck.
Nope. All right. Last words before we get out of here.
Yeah, I don't know. No bullshits. It's going to be in the 70s, I think, on Saturday. It's going to be sunny. It's a perfect time to tailgate, go to the game, have a great time, go into that stadium, get fucking crazy, and just watch the Red Bulls fucking beat down DC. They're just going to get out there and win.
Yep. I'm going to be on the boardwalk Sunday afternoon. I wish it was going to be as nice as it's supposed to be Saturday, but supposed to be down in the 60s then.
Oh, no.
Well, cloudy and like 59, I think is what I saw for where I'm going to be.
Yeah, it's about right.
All right. So for Truman and myself, this has been episode 482 of the Red Bull Rant. Thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, go Red Bulls.
See you later.